I have had such a day. You know what? Maybe I should just go back to work because when I'm at work, I can't be out here with everything in the world screwing up. How do you like the new look? It's Friday. I overslept this morning. I guess Leslie and Sydney wore me out working on that goat pen. I didn't realize I was so out of shape. And I just collapsed last night. And I do this every once in a while when I work a lot of hours. I can push and push and push it, and then I drop like a rock. And then the problem is I don't know if you've ever had this. Have you ever had a day where everything goes wrong? I can't seem to talk right. I woke up with a massive headache. I've been on keto now for 6 days, and I know I cut back on my caffeine because I was drinking pots of coffee a day, and Dr. Berg said that caffeine will throw you out of ketosis, and I thought that must have been why, even after 6 months, I never really got into ketosis on this diet. And I hadn't heard before that caffeine, excessive amounts, and I drank excessive amounts, would cause you not to get into ketosis. I was glad I listened to your all suggestions and watched his videos. So currently I'm on Whiteman Air Force Base. I have a little look around. This is Whiteman Air Force Base. 509th Medical Group. They have such a nice swimming pool and stuff here. I wish I was young and looked good in a bathing suit. And we'd go to a public pool. I haven't swam in 100 years. It'd be fun. I'd probably sink like a rock. I doubt it. I'm too fluffy. I'd float like foam on top of the water. Oh, anyway, I'm going back over here to see my doctor to find out the results of those tests. I mean, they never called me or said anything, so no news is good news. But I also want to talk to her about the aches and pains and if there's anything that she can suggest. But somehow I think my mind's leaving me. I notice when I'm reviewing my videos that a lot of times I say the wrong word for something. Of course, I know I'm exhausted and I'm tired all the time, and I apologize when I call, I say it's nighttime and it's day, or day and night. I don't know. But I'm just so depressed right now because I don't feel good. And in 6 days on hard keto, I haven't had time to eat very much. I've been just living on mostly all fats, but I have had some protein. I haven't even had a chance to look at my cheese or the butter I made since I put it in the refrigerator. Like I said, the girls came over and we worked on that fence for the goats and everything. And now I went to the bank and I found out that $400 is missing from my bank account that my PayPal goes through. And I thought that the money that I had gotten off of my thank you GoFundMe account was supposed to be deposited in there. I don't know where it went. I have no idea where that money went. But there should have been at least $350 in that account. It's down to $48. So I think I've been hacked. But I don't have time to stop and check because I got to come here, and these appointments are so hard to get and so hard to get to. It's an hour drive here. Luckily, I've been panicking and I started early and I got behind because I realized I hadn't put gas in my car. Like I said, my mind's leaving. I was driving on like all electric. It was like on fumes. And I put 8.8 gallons in an 8-gallon tank. There you go. That's what Grandma DC did. So it's just a bad day. The headache went away after I was dehydrated, for sure. Oh, I'm parked too close to that car. I don't like to park real close to people. You never know if they're handicapped or overweight or have children or move over. There we go. It's better. Oh yeah, now they got more room. So I thought I was late. I've had this fumble-fingered thing today where I can't get the phone to work. It just brings up like Slotomania and Facebook, and it's horrible, and it wouldn't bring up my phone. And then instead of calling Whiteman Air Force Base, because I was like going, I'm going to be late, do I have to reschedule, and all this stuff. Oh, and Angus didn't make it to the beauty parlor. You know why? I overslept. And I call the beauty parlor and I'm like, hey, I got the wrong number the first time, left a message. found another number for Wee Bark Kennel, called it, little girl answered. I said, I've only got 15 minutes to load Angus up and get there, and you're half an hour away. And, am I going to need to reschedule, or can I come bring him late? And she said, oh, your appointment's not until next Friday. This is what I mean. It's going crazy, I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy. Crazier than usual. And it's pissing me off. But the only good thing that happened was I finally, after 7 tries with the phone while I'm driving, and I know you're not supposed to do that, but what are you going to do, I was late. I couldn't pull over and be later, just to try to get the stupid phone to work. I called Poppy even. And I'm like, I am so sorry. I was trying to get a hold of Whiteman. Finally got a hold of Whiteman. Went through 5 different... If this is an emergency, hang up and call 911. Don't you think I would know if it was an emergency? I would have been calling 911 in the first place, not Whiteman Air Force Base. Get a hair, I swear. So I'm ranting. Bear with me. So I'm like, that is the stupidest opening for voicemail. For one, it takes up forever. Because it's just, if this is an emergency. Oh my God, if it was, I'd be dead already. And then it goes through this whole thing about, it starts off with like inane things, like, if this is for the dental clinic. Yeah, I'm in a big ass hurry for the dental clinic. I don't even have dental. Only the military guys have some dental. Not us survivors. We don't, spouses and things, nothing. So now I'm like going through all of these things to get to number 5. If you would like to talk to the clinic, yes, I would. Hit that one. It goes to another one and says, do you want to schedule appointment, reschedule appointment, not reschedule, schedule in and out, schedule up and down, not reschedule, but cancel, and then reschedule. And it's like numbers. And finally I just hit one and it hangs up on me. Every single bit of patience I have ever had in the world. 7 times I went through this. I was nearly to Knob Noster, and I figured I had 10 minutes to get onto base, through base, and over here to the clinic, because I was thinking my appointment's at 1:15. I got a hold of a human being. It's like hearing the voice of God, or in this case, a goddess. And I'm like, oh, thank God, a human being. Told her my name, told her what my problem was. I said, I'm either going to be dead on time, a hair late, or, when is my appointment? Here it is. It was 1:10, and I'm not to the base yet. And she says, your appointment's not until 1:30. One single thing went right today. Just one. I have no money. I'm broke, flat broke. My son's hollering for me to come to Warrensburg. He needs money to pay his rent or he's going to be homeless. I wish he'd just move in with me. He could get a job where I work and he and his friend both could move in with me. Hey, they're paying $600 a month rent. I'd charge them $200 apiece. That would help me out a lot. And I have enough room if the 2 boys were willing to work on the house. They could live with me. There'd be somebody there all the time. I'm willing to take them in. But I am such an awful human being that no one wants to live with me. Oh, that's so true. I mean, I admit it. I guess I'm awful because I'm not a good housekeeper. I put up with so much you-know-what from people. That isn't what I do for a living, so I'm going to quit talking now. Because I've got 7 minutes, and I'm going to walk in there and hopefully get right in. And then I'll find out if I'm going to die. I hope. I can't take much more of this. You work and you work and you work and you think you're getting ahead. You think, oh, I got all these hours, I'm going to get ahead, and then something comes along and just hacks your account and sucks it right out underneath you, or your son or somebody calls and they're desperate for money and they need it all, and Next thing you know, you can't pay your own bills. I need to learn to start saying no. I know. But I just can't let people sink. It's not in my nature. Later. How honest do you want me all to be with you? I really think I'm going crazy. I had this Friday planned all week, and you know that. I've been talking about it. Got up this morning, she says, no, the dog's appointment's not till next Friday. And I was like, oh, good. Such a headache I got up with. And then I find out that my account's been hacked and all my money's gone, and there's like $48 left in that account. And I don't have time to talk to the bank because I got to get here to this appointment at 1:15, I thought. And I hurry and I get here, and I walk in and she says, you don't have an appointment. I even called on the way, and she said my appointment's at 1:30. I get in here and she says, your appointment's not until next Friday at 1:30 on the 4th. And I'm supposed to do this all over again next Friday. It's like a nightmare. It's like stuck in Groundhog Day. Well, I guess Eli will be happy because I'm going to have to drive all on up to Warrensburg about another 25 miles and give him his money so he can pay his rent and keep a roof over his head. It just doesn't seem to matter how much I work or how much I plan. And don't tell me to write things on a calendar because I do. And the woman even gives me these lovely little printouts here. You know, you're going 100 miles an hour. You can stop and read all this shit. You know. You know, my husband died 17 years ago, and I told him, I'm not going to be able to do this life by myself. And it's come out true. But I got no one, so I don't know. I know we all go through this. And I think maybe the keto diet's not helping because I don't have enough serotonin from carbohydrates to make me feel better. And you have no idea how much I want to stop by Subway and get a sandwich right now. I don't even want what's inside, I just want the bread. Candy bar. Something sweet so that I feel better. I don't want to be a bummer. I'll do better. I promise. Some things. It's a weird day. And you know, it almost makes you believe in the interconnectedness of us all. But I decided, even though money's low, I'm going to sell the camper. It's just sitting out there. I'm going to go scream and yell and cry in Poppy's face and see if I can get him out there to help me get it off. And then I'm going to list it, and I'm going to sell it for about $1,500. That'll get me back up even again so I can pay my bills. So I decided to come over and shop the commissary because they've always got such good buys. Like I said, I was wanting candy, something sweet, so bad. And I've got a headache again. And I'm sweating because it's really hot out. So here's the commissary, in case you just wanted to see it. And I walk into the commissary, clear out, gonna get me something sweet. I can't take this anymore. And the song I played at my husband's funeral is playing on the radio, which is Stevie Nicks' Fleetwood Mac Landslide. One of his favorite songs and mine. And I just knew he was speaking to me. 17 years, that doesn't happen. Not very often. So, I got me some cheese. It's cheap here. I got a thing of real mayonnaise, like a squirt bottle. It was $1.40. The cheese is like, I would have to look at the receipt, but it's $5 for a big chunk. And I got almond flour because I think I'll go home and make some flax keto crackers. I just eat them with mayonnaise on them. I don't know. So I stuck to my diet so far. And as I was checking out, wondering what could go wrong next, there was a nice man and a wonderful checker, and one of them looked at me as if to bring the point home that my husband was there talking to me. And they said, "What's the name of that song?" And the guy looks at me and he goes, "It's Stevie Nicks, but I can't think of the name of the band or the song." So weird. I looked at them both and I said, "The name of the song is Landslide by Fleetwood Mac." And they were like, "Oh my God." And the woman looks at me and she said, "You are a miracle worker. You are a goddess. Thank you so much." It made me feel good. I normally couldn't tell you the name of who sings what song anywhere. That was probably the only band, the only person, and the only song I could ever even name. You know, it's getting tough, guys. It's really getting tough. 6 days on the keto diet. But I'm kind of proud of myself for hanging in here. I am going to do one thing, and you can yell at me if you want. I got me a Diet Pepsi. No calories and no carbs. I think I need the caffeine. Oh. Well, and to set that off, I got me another big bottle of Life water to swig down after it. So I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Thank you. I love y'all. It'll get better. It'll get better. I'm still going to go help my son. So I got to get out of here. Thank you for watching. I don't think I can end this day on an up note. I took the money to my son and he just came out and he said he had a toothache and his face was swollen, and he doesn't even hardly acknowledge that I gave him as much money as I had and downed my entire existence. I don't know. What did I expect? Him to be grateful? I gave it to him. He doesn't have to be grateful. That's what psychiatrists would tell you. If you did it to have someone be grateful, then you did it for all the wrong reasons. I guess I did it to keep him alive and keep a roof over his head, even though I've offered him my roof. He says absolutely no way would he move back to a dinky small town like I live in. So I don't understand kids. I don't understand this at all. But on the upside, and like I said, I'm going to do something on the upside, I did not break my keto diet. And I had bought this chunk of cheese when I was at the commissary. And then when I had that crying fit in the car, because I couldn't stop crying, and it's just overexhaustion and everything else, and the police showed up. They said someone called the police and said there was a woman crying in her car. And I was like, what business was it of theirs? I was in my car, obviously either talking to myself or talking to the phone, which I was talking to Mother on the phone. I guess it was nice that someone cared enough to call somebody, but I think it would have been nicer if they just knocked on my window and said, "Is everything okay?" So, calling the cops was a bit ridiculous. My opinion. And so I got through crying with Mother, and like I said, went up and gave him the money, and I grabbed the cheese out of my bag and I just gnawed into it. And it's like 5 o'clock in the evening, and all I've had today was keto coffee this morning early, and so I just ate a big old chunk off the end of the cheese. 0 carbs. a lot of fat. And I was, I feel a little better now. So I've decided that I'm still on my keto diet. Despite the world falling apart, I'm still on my keto diet. There you go. Love y'all. I'm saying goodbye again. I just didn't want to leave it where I left it. I'm heading home, and on a happy note, my little Leslie, my cousin, she texted me and said she was going back over to my house to work on the goat pen some more. It's not a good day to be nice to me. Kind of makes me want to tear up again, so I'm going to go home and thank that little girl. If anybody should have money, it's her. I'll do something for her. You bet I will. Bye-bye. Look at the girls working hard. We are going to clear out a small spot for the goats to actually be able to stand and get into their shed. And hopefully they'll work their way out from there. Look at all that good food. Sydney's making a hay bale. Watergrass. Oh man, yeah. I thought about getting some kerosene and just running around the backyard with a lighter. Yeah. That'd be fun, Just don't get yourself in a circle caught. I always had a place to sit my camera. Well, we made an incredible amount of work in a relatively short amount of time. Sun's still up. And the goats have a feeder and a water. And they're going to have a shed to stay in. We got one piece of fence over there. Sydney's got her pile of hay, which has grown immensely. And we're going to run the wires across over here in front of those and attach them down here. And they're going to have a great place that they can stay and eat while they eat all these weeds. It's my biggest hope. We may need more goats.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need more goats. Say bye-bye, girls.
Bye.
Hey, Sid, chest bump.
The only thing is, I don't have any up here. They're all down here.
Yeah, me too. Look at the stick tights.
Mm-hmm.
Man, look all over. Stick tights.
We need to go take a duck bait.
Scud's head. Oh no. Well, it'll give me something to do all night. Pick stick tights off.
You want to put them out of my hair?
Yeah, sure. I got a flea comb.